109. For what purpose does the gentleman from Illinois seek recognition?
Madam Chair, I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 22, printed in Part B of House Report number 116-109, offered by Mr. Foster of Illinois.
Pursuant to House Resolution 431, the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Foster, and a member opposed each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Illinois.
Thank you. And Madam Chair, my amendment highlights the need to think about our future workforce and how it will change because of technology, and to encourage the Bureau of Labor Statistics to accept a wider and more forward-looking range of inputs into its range of projections for the workforce of the future, and that BLS should conduct the contingent worker and alternative work arrangement supplement to the current population survey more frequently. I co-chair the New Democrat Coalition's Future of Work Task Force with my colleagues, Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester, Congressman Chris Pappas, and Congresswoman Haley Stevens, all of whom have co-sponsored this amendment. The Future of Work Task Force has held a series of forums to hear from experts on various areas that will require this body's attention in the coming years and decades. Last Congress, we heard from historians, economists, and policy experts about how technological revolutions of the past have impacted social and political institutions, and the lessons from those experiences and from our current conditions that can help us prepare for the future. We've also heard from labor and business leaders who are pioneering new ways to attract talent, to retain the services of skilled employees, and to develop skills for the increasingly rapidly changing economy. It is nearly unanimous among experts that the economy will change significantly and change faster, but it is less clear just how quickly the workforce will need to adapt. For decades, the Bureau of Labor Statistics has been doing excellent and invaluable work to track our labor trends, and its projections have proven very reliable and useful to businesses and to our educators in times of slower and relatively predictable technological development. However, they're based on backward-looking historical data and historical trends, and some of the anticipated changes in technology, such as robotics, self-driving vehicles, and artificial intelligence, could fundamentally change our economies in ways that we haven't seen before and are not preparing for. So, in its current form, the way that the Bureau calculates and estimates future development of the workforce may not be able to capture the dramatic changes that our future holds. One panel convened by the task force suggested that it would be difficult or impossible to do projections in any single way to predict the future of the workforce, but with additional resources, the Bureau of Labor Statistics could model for a variety of scenarios of different rates of technological change in different sectors. My amendment increases the BLS amount by $1 and decreases it by $1, which we intend to signal that the BLS should submit to Congress an estimate of the resources it would need to make a range of forward-looking estimates, including consultation with those industries that are driving the rapid technological change and those industries that will be affected by that change, to account for the increasing rate of technological job displacement. Technological changes to the workforce are not new. The Industrial Revolution and the automation of agriculture transformed the way work was performed in our country and significantly improved, on the whole, our standard of living over time. But the benefits have not been uniform, and all communities and all job sectors have not benefited equally. Past transformations have typically played out over generations, so that our social and political institution had ample time to respond. But today, the development and deployment of our technology is far more rapid, and Congress, business, and our educational system need the best possible data to evaluate policy proposals and to produce the workforce training needed for future employees to develop educational curricula and ensure that our economy works for everyone. Like the Industrial Revolution, technological development presents the opportunity for greatly improved standards of living, but it will also bring challenges to our workforce. Businesses, communities, and government must work together. So I urged my colleagues to join me to vote yes on my amendment to begin to establish a range of planning scenarios from the Bureau of Labor Statistics for the future world that we will all inhabit. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves the balance of his time. Does any member does any member rise in opposition? Seeing none, the gentleman from Illinois is now recognized.
Well, I would just like to thank my Future of Work Task Force co-chairs, Congresswoman Haley Stevens, Congressman Chris Pappas, Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester for co-sponsoring this amendment, and urge my colleagues to vote yes on the amendment and yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields